Hello, just really quickly, if you don't have enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would help you to see when I make more content like this. Enjoy. So in this video, I'm going to show you every build you'll ever need with HELOS for like missions and for like every raids beside Colossal, because grinding Colossal is pointless. The reason grinding Colossal solo is pointless. Let me correct myself. Even though it's possible, it's not worth it. And then the reason I didn't make this video earlier, because meta was ever changing, but it seemed to stabilize now. Get stable, I don't know English, man. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, first for the mission, you go HELOS, you use Thunder Spears. For your core, you go maximum firepower. For your offenses, you go Kengo and Black Flash. For your defense, you go Immortal. For support, Unwavering Belief and Explosive Fortune. Now, you could replace Explosive Fortune or Unwavering Belief with Soul Feed, but this is how I prefer to play it. For your... Actually, let me just fix this up real quickly. Ideally, you'd want double cooldown Bicon, but because I don't have that, I'm gonna just use double cooldown attack scars, because that's the only good double cooldown I have so far. Just fix that up. Double cooldown Scarf, a Black Flare, Flashbang, Hellfire Barrage, Kingslayer, and Avengers Execution. And then for your memories, you go After Image, Gambler, Tactician. You could Quake Strike, you could Trolley go whatever. You could also do Gem Fiend instead of Flash Step. Let me do that. But I just made this build and I forgot to put some things on it. So you go. So for your memories, you'd go After Image, Gambler, Tactician, Quake Strike, and Gem Fiend. You could technically. Where is it? You want to go first of all Giant Forest, any guard. With modifiers, you can go no memories, but I prefer not to, simply for the convenience. So you go Nightmare, Oddball, Both Injuries, Fog, Time Trial, and Glass Cannon. Now, let's get into the mission. Okay, mission started. First thing that you want to do is start breaking these things. Try not to kill yourself with your Thunder Spears. Flashbang, Hellfire Barrage. That should clear them all up nicely. Make sure to spread your Hellfire Barrage when you use it. Then again, Flashbang, I'm lagging a little bit. Doesn't matter. Use Kingslayer this time. As you can see, sometimes Titans will mostly get stuck there. Nothing you can truly do about it except be sad, I guess. Kill the Titans. This one is just being annoying. Again, Flashbang. Fire Barrage, spread it out. One Titan left, kill it. You might run low on Thunder Spirit, but then you just switch to using Kingslayers instead of Hellfire Barrages. It's nothing too bad. So there I use the Spear without any reason. See Flashbang. As you can see, I don't have enough for Hellfire Barrage, but whatever, I'll just use a Kingslayer. And that's pretty much it. 40 seconds, you can even get faster. Certainly not as fast as with the shifter, especially the breach, but it's probably the best and most consistent way to grind gold with Thunder Spears or ODM. Now to the attack rate. I forgot to mention this before, but you just go same. You go the same thing for the missions, but you go cooldown, crit, and damage resistance on your skill tree. So right, left. Your loadouts, you use HELOS Thunder Spears. For your perks, you go Maximum Firepower, Tango, Immortal, Munition Master, Black Flash, and Explosive Fortune. I have seen some people use combo of Peerless Commander and Quantum Inspiration, but it truly doesn't work for me personally. So I don't. It's not what I recommend. This is more consistent for sure. A bit slower in a perfect scenario, yes, you could get technically a faster raid, but here you get faster raids consistently because you won't run out of Thunder Spears. For your artifacts, you go double damage Crystal Necklace and Feathered Bicorn. For your skills, you go Black Flare, Revolution, Hellfire Barrage, Kingslayer, and Average Execution. For your memories, you go After Image, Tactician, Quake Strike, Supernova, and Crescendo. For the raid itself, you go modifiers, you go Nightmare, Both Injuries, Fog, Time Trial. Now, you can in Glass Cannon, you ideally don't go Fog. I don't like to use Fog. You can for the best luck. I personally don't like it because it's easier to find Titans that are kind of lost somewhere. So I don't like using Fog, but I feel for this video because it is technically better for luck. And then Nightmare. Obviously, it helps with Titans coming faster. I hear a good argument that Oddball is also good because Titans will be coming to RM faster, so you can kill them faster. But I don't know, I just prefer it this way because you kill RM faster and you will never run out of Thunder Spears this way. So yeah, let's get into the raid. Okay, so we're in the raid. Right when I spawn, I like to break these buildings here, and these buildings here, and lure the Titans to Eren. Use Kingslayer right on top of Eren, breaking these buildings there, and then try to use my Thunder Spear as conservatively as possible. So try to only kill the large groups when they appear. No need to spam Thunder Spears, use them smartly. And see, wait for them to gather up around Eren, and only then do you use your Thunder Spears. Eren might get low, but you're fine. He rarely gets this low anyways. No, sometimes, you just get unlucky with spawns. You can't really be, yeah, see, here I have to use the spear on this Titan. I don't want to, but I have to. Then I go Revolution, break into Flare. While he's roaring, I try to break his limbs, ideally. Hellfire Barrage, Kingslayer, and then just spam spears till he falls at 25. That will enter him into Berserk. Try to throw one spear while he's in Berserk to break whatever limb is needed. We broke him. And then try to get him into Kingslayer range, but be careful with Kingslayer, because sometimes you can get unlucky and fall into his roar and just die. So I won't use Kingslayer here, because no need. I kind of overdid it, so at one point there was no need. And as you can see, yeah, I'm very believe nice. Let me just open this chest. And this should easily be sub 2 minutes, probably sub 150. Yeah, 153, but you can get sub 150s easily, so pretty good. You could also do oddball, or just might need to refill, but items will be coming faster, so it's only really up to you. So yeah, let's move on to the armored raid. So for armored raid, again, right, left. Build is exactly the same besides one thing. You go Unwavering Belief instead of Munition Master. Now this is my personal preference, but from my experience, you almost always do run out of Thunder Spears, so you might as well run Unwavering Belief so that you can defend phase 1 easier with your Kingslayer, Hellfire Barrage, and you'll almost always need to refill anyways. For the raid itself, you go modifiers, Nightmare, both injuries, don't do oddball, it's just not worth it. Armored is pain in the ass already to do without Colossal Titan. And then you go Fog, Time Trial. You can do again, and Glass can. Again, I prefer no Fog personally, but it is definitely better. So yeah, let's get onto the raid. So Armored is such a pain solo now, way bigger than it used to be. Not with Colossal Titan. With Colossal Titan it's quite easy, just literally with everything else it's such a pain. You start out by using Kingslayer there, killing a lot of Titans. If there's a large group somewhere, you can use the Thunder Spears. Not need to be too conservative with them, because, you know, We'll refill anyways. Use Hellfire Barrage there, for example. Try to distract Armored if possible. Again, it's not too possible if you ask me. One boat will probably die, but that's fine. Again, it's not the best trade to do with HELOS. I'd probably stick to female, which you'll see in a second, but yeah, not the biggest fan of the armored raid changes, honestly. I'm kind of keeping a lot of spears, but I'm just getting kind of lucky here. I normally wouldn't keep as many spears as I get to keep here. And again, I'll need to refill anyways, so don't care. Breaking his armor will be pain in the ass. See, I didn't lose one boat there, which is something new for me. Yeah, I'm gonna lose it now. But this one made it through, that's what matters. Okay, the second phase, you go fire, you go revolution. No breaking his armor. Now you see why it's such a pain. You will definitely hit a lot of iframes. Yeah, this Kingslayer might have been a bit pointless, just a bit. I basically never use Kingslayer unless it's finishing move. And using many moves, which is kind of weird. Yeah. Also, another reason I don't like fog is because screams can appear out of nowhere. I was just super cautious there because I didn't see him scream, but normally I wouldn't notice that scream. Okay. Well, that was one of the rare times I didn't have to. I didn't run out of Thunder Spears, but most of the time I do, so lucky me, I guess. But no, it like lucky run, you'll see. It wasn't that good of a time. Probably like 240 or something. Yeah, 256. So even with like good luck without having to refill, it wasn't that great. This was a very lucky run, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing it like this. In duos, it could be great. In duos, it's probably very good actually for trios, but solo, not that good. It's doable, just not efficient. Okay, let's move on to the female raid. So for female titan, it's you use ODM, unlike the other two. So you go cooldown, damage, and damage resistance. For your loadout, you go HELOS family, obviously. Perfect form as your core, can go as your offense, invincible as your defense, fearless commander as your support, black flash as your other offense, and font of inspiration as your other support. Now this cloak, scorched cloak or crystal necklace are equally as good as each other, but use any of those two as double ODM damage, and then feathered bicon as double ODM damage. For skills, you go Black Flash, or the Revolution, or the Rage, Kingslayer, and not Execution, but actually Blade Dance. And then for your perks, for your memories, you go After Image, Gambler, Tactician, Flash. If you're good enough to not have to use Flash Step, you can use. If you're good enough to not use Flash Step, you can use Assassin instead of Flash Step, but I prefer Flash Step, and if you're just starting out with ODM, do use Flash Step and then Crescendo. For the actual raid, modifiers you're going to want is Nightmare, both injuries, Time Trial, and Glass Cannon. You can do Fog, but I do prefer no Fog personally, but if you want to play Fog, you could. So yeah, let's get into the raid. Okay, we are in the raid. You skip the cutscene, you go Revolution straight away. then you use black flare, then you use rage, then you break whatever limb is needed. Here you use blade dance. Now it's a bit RNG from here. It's a bit RNG. You could get a lot different times, but the better you are at ODM, the more consistent you'll get. I kinda have to pay a little bit of attention, so I'm not talking too much. I'm sorry about that. As you can see, I'm kind of throwing here. Ooh, I threw there so hard. As I forgot to shift lock at the beginning, and that screwed me over bad. So I'm gonna be a bit slow here, but this is the general idea. With flash step, you shouldn't be getting hit at all. Like very rarely, and even if you die, who cares? Just reset. You'll be getting good times, as you can see. This is probably like a 115 or something. But knowing my luck as hero, probably 120. Let's see. So I open both chests. Yeah, as you can see, 112, and you can get way better times. The world record is 420. This is a 420, 42 seconds. Or even better, the last I saw was 42 seconds. But as you can see, you can have good modifiers, and if you're good enough and consistent, you could consistently get sub 1 minute. So yeah, this is the best way to grind female raid, in my opinion. Well, that would probably be it for this video. Well, that's it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please consider liking and subscribing, and hope to see you in the future videos. Thank you for watching, and bye.